for you this weekend and how did it affect your health? If you want to know what was going on, we had crazy stuff. People calling in, messaging, thousands of reports of people having issues and bumps on their body and rashes and violently vomiting, and people having weird thoughts and anxieties and depressions that are from the past that shouldn't be here. So I want to know from each of you, put down in the comments right now, what is it you're experiencing from this weekend? What changed for you? What happened? How to heal. What about sciatica? Put down what happened to you this weekend. If you want to heal sciatica, just send us a DM and we'll give you all of the stuff you need to know. How to heal. Wow, that's really broad. So put down in the comments. Vertigo, send us a DM on Instagram. We'll give you the whole vertical protocol. Kidney disease, send us a DM on Instagram. We'll give you a whole protocol. Best way to cure Crohn's, send us a DM and we'll give you a best way to get rid of that. Sinus infection, send us a DM and we'll give you all of the information you need. Appendicitis, send us a DM. We'll give you all you need to do. Sacrum pain on the left side, send us a DM. We're going to give you everything you need to do. Medial knee pain, send us a DM and we'll give you everything you need to do. Sciatica back pain after yoga, send us a DM. We'll give you everything you need to do. Disappointed to see Taylor Swift chugging alcohol. If that's what you're disappointed in, City Lotus, I'm sorry, I have some inside information. You're going to be really disappointed by the end of this year.
Camera too. Do your camera. It's really fuzzy.
Okay.
A smudge on your camera. Oh, much better.
Okay. Interesting options. Hey, you guys notice anything, a theme? Cramps? Send us a DM and we'll give you all the stuff you need to know. Knee pain on right side. Okay, good question. Send us a DM. We'll give you all the stuff we need to know. Heart arrhythmia. Send us a DM. We'll give you all the stuff we need to know. We ask about tachycardia because it's the same protocol. Neck pain. Send us a DM. We'll give you all you need to know. What are this? What?
You need to tip it just a little bit more. You've got a lot of space between.
Yeah. What are the smallest daily steps for improvement? The smallest daily steps for improvement. Thank you. Good question. A stress reset. Go to our website. Start stress reset. Using music. Okay. So the reason why I just did that is because I want you guys to realize when you're asking me a question, how to fix sciatica or how to fix this stuff, usually it's because you haven't engaged in any of the resets. The resets are designed to do that. That's how I healed myself. That's how millions of people around the world are healing themselves right now. So they're all there. You go to our website. You can start any of the resets. There's an upper, lower reset and a barefoot sprinter routine number 2. Those are the 3 combos that we recommend probably 80% of the time because of what they do. You have specific issues. We have written information about it because I can't tell you enough right here and you can't write it fast enough. So like if you had tinnitus, if you had a vertigo, if you had a prolapse or you had that, there's questions that people ask. You can go and you can DM us and then we have a team of people that are going to send you my answers. And even the answer I give you here isn't the same. It's not going to be as good as the one I give you in person. In writing. Finish second 28-day reset, feeling amazing. Yeah, so if you guys finished the reset, can you do me a favor? If you just finished the reset, can you put it down in the comments? Say 28-day reset finished. And also, I want to talk to some people that have done the reset. So if you've done it, I'm going to pull from there. I'm going to ask a couple of you questions about your reset and what your experience was. And that will also help for the people that are currently in. Every 2 weeks, we start a global reset right now. Moon cycle started 5 days early, which is abnormal for you. Yeah, actually, you're not the only one. Lots of people are having that. Breast cancer, send us a DM. We'll give you the information. Dry throat constantly, send us a DM. We'll give you the information. What traumas cause scoliosis? It could be any trauma, but usually a scoliosis is a maladaptation. It's like it's carrying the weight of somebody not moving forward in your life causes this action. So not moving forward in your physical life, low hip, high shoulder, carrying the weight of somebody else. Those are the primary drivers for scoliosis. Okay, so we finished the 28-day reset. Okay, feeling great. Anything on snoring, send us a DM and we'll send you the information on that. Broken wrist, send us a DM, we'll send you the information on this. You guys seeing a pattern, by the way? I just hope so. I'm not sure if you guys quite got it. 28-day reset finished, feeling great. Did anybody have something 28-day reset finished? Awesome. At least I'm going to moderate you. Cha-cha na. Finish the 28-day reset. Yeehaw. Woohoo. Congrats. Tremors. Yes. Tremors can go away. Follow the, send us a message. We'll connect you with Deafness, who's been working with Parkinson's, removing tremors with stage 4 Parkinson's. It's the same protocol. So Deafness.
I just replied and.
Oh yeah, so it's in the comments from Lisa. Kyla, 28-day reset. Finished. 28-day reset. I have a friend who's hesitant to try maneuvers. He has a metal rod in his spine. He never twist or turn. I'm sorry, Isla, for your friend. Listen, we have lots of people with rods in their spines that are doing it. I believe that the way that surgeries are improving and the way that fascial maneuvers and fascia and understanding the body is that we're going to be able to take all these horrific rods out of people's bodies, all these pins and screws that have done nothing. You think about it this way. People were not dysfunctional 75, 80 years ago. And when somebody broke a foot 75, 80, 90 years ago, 95% of the population couldn't get proper medical treatment and there was no surgery. So what did we do with all those people? Did we, like a horse, did we shoot them and say, hey, you're out of this life, sorry, we're putting you down? No, they still processed and worked. There are ways to heal this stuff. Go look at one-footed sprinter for breaks, as an example, and watch one of the worst breaks that doesn't even see touching the foot for 9 months, see where he's at after just a couple of months. Yeah, with your friend who's hesitant, Isla, you just gotta let them come. If they're hesitant because they're not ready, and if you tell somebody to do something they're not ready, it's gonna blow up in your face. I received my supplements and I haven't slept like this in years. Awesome. Awesome. Yes. Because it's taking the inflammation out of your body and reconnecting. Jaw problems. Okay, so let's do this here. Let's talk. Go live. Right. Do you recommend lymph drainage working? You don't need lymph drainage. The fascial maneuvers drain your lymph system. So what you need to do is DR. So it looks like Dr. Katie Hanks. The lymph system is actually a detox of the fascia. Hello, Kyla.
Hi, Gary.
Am I doing you right or am I doing you wrong right now?
Well, I'm Mrs. Right, so I guess I should have the answer to that, right?
Right.
Yeah. All right, I just walked outside.
So Kyla, where? First of all, when's your birthday?
May 10th, 1983.
Oh, Taurus, you were born committed.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Love
If
that.
are you an 18 degree or 19 degree? You know?
I think 19.
You're a Grand Master Taurus. Oh my God. You know who's another Grand Master Taurus? Do you know the internet guy, Mr. Beast, who's now?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and by the way, his ad space is now more valuable than the World Cup, FIFA, more valuable than Super Bowl and everything else combined. He can't even his ad space is worth so much he doesn't even advertise for other people now. He just sells his own product.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah, so he's a Grandmaster Taurus like you.
Okay. Very nice.
So tell me a little bit about how long have you been doing fascial maneuvers?
I want to say since maybe September of last year or so. This is my second 28-day. Yeah. For a while, I was watching lives, but I was just doing like the stress reset over and over and over and over and feeling really good about that. But I finally got into all the resets, and I'm actually in LSA, but I decided to do the global reset to.
Are you in LSA 1 right now?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So after doing so you were out there watching for how many months before you actually did a reset?
Maybe just one or not too long.
Okay.
I started dabbling in the videos, and then I was like, I keep saying do the reset. I'm going to do the reset. So I just jumped right in.
Okay, cool. So you jumped into the reset. Now, what do you notice different after doing the reset and the second time? Because, and the reason why I'm asking is that, people say, what's a good thing to recommend? Lisa, put a camera on my face. But what's a good thing to recommend to do the reset? What should you do now? get up in the morning and do your maneuvers again. It's like it does so much. Why would you stop? So
Right.
what's your journey after the second time?
Right. Well, just like you're saying, in between the first and the second reset, when I was waiting for the global to start, I was, just doing the maneuvers by myself. And I was like finding my flow without watching the videos, although I love watching the videos. So I was very happy to get back into the 28 day because I really like that structured kind of do this every day. So that really was good for me. I really like the new structure of the 28 day. It was like, the last one had so much wonderful information, but this one was really condensed in a good way that I really took in a lot. And I liked that, the switch up of all the different
Yeah.
workouts. Well, not workouts,
Different
but
workouts, different people, different venues.
yeah.
Yeah, so you can get different styles and different
Yeah.
energy. Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked that. So I thought that was really valuable. I've started to definitely like do kind of my own flow and movement and you know different kind of things. So yeah, it's been really wonderful. I want to say since I've started, like I just feel a lot stronger. Like I'm just going through a lot in my life. This has been like really wonderful to help balance me out, to help me deal with those things that I'm going through. And I'm so grateful and thankful. It's really been life changing.
What is one of the biggest things that you've realized or that's changed for you since you started this process? Like what's one of the ones that you tell your friends about or your family about?
I just feel a lot more energetic and lightheaded, and just like clear-headed. I mean, not lightheaded, and just kind of stronger in my own body.
Yeah. So
Just my
stronger in your own
everyday.
body. What about your relationships around you?
That's very interesting. I've been, at first you're so excited to share everything. And my best friend, I always tell her things all the time. And during the holidays, she kind of mentioned to someone that like I was ruining her life by telling her all these things, all the chemicals and this, that, and the other that were, are all around us. And it really helped me kind of reflect on my relationships and just also how to, move forward and my new views and kind of like how I'm living my life now. And just,
So yeah,
I don't know.
what has changed? I mean, like, it is a big change. It's like
Yeah.
all of a sudden you go and you say, I'll give you an example. We went to this resort and everything was organic, and they have one thing I didn't even think about to check, and it was, and down here in Mexico, it's the toilet paper is like you went to Sephora and they all came and sprayed you at once. So and I wiped my butt with it, and I'm sitting in a meeting. All of a sudden, I'm getting anxious. I'm feeling these feelings, and I'm like, "Where's that coming from?" And then I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about it."
Yeah.
And it was an outdoor toilet, so there wasn't. I didn't get the odor because the wind was blowing through. And 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 this is one of the things is that I was sitting there saying, thank you for giving me this experience, because I was like literally having nervous, anxious feelings and thoughts in my body over literally two wipes. And
Wild.
because it's so powerful, it's on your butt is one of the worst places because that's the same as putting it on your lips. As a matter of fact, it's faster and it has more impact because it doesn't go through the stomach. So so that was something that really changed my life. It's like, how could I ever go back? And now you're having these thoughts and these feelings. Now you see people in your life that are still doing it. How
Hmm.
how do you process that?
I am currently struggling with that. I mean, I try to share information when I can. You speak about the toilet paper. I recently went to Costa Rica, and the same thing happened. There was only this like really smelly toilet paper. I'm just like, oh my gosh, we have to get away from this. I also sent my husband to the store. He brought an apple back and it said USA on it. It had a USA sticker. I'm like, oh my god, don't eat that. Like we're not eating that. Um, yeah, I just feel like anytime I get near those things, I can tell a big difference in my body. If
Yeah.
I, go out to eat with somebody or do something like that, I just don't feel good afterwards.
Somebody
Uh,
said it's kind of like when you get sober and all your friends, and I'm like, yeah, it is. That's what it is, because
it
we
is.
are like the chemicals we have. What does alcohol and drugs do to us? it fires hormones in our body that create an experience. And we're addicted to those chemicals now, and that's why we don't even notice them.
Yeah.
And because
Yeah.
I think about it all the time. I think about, there's a time in my life where I wouldn't even have noticed that. I wouldn't have considered that. I would have eaten anywhere. I would have done that. And
Yeah.
but what went along with that is a lot of my life I was anxious or angry or frustrated or depressed, having to seek stimulation outside constantly to feel good. And now, if I even feel slightly like that, there's a problem.
Yeah. I want to tell you, my sister and I own a restaurant, and I've been trying to get out of it for a while. Like, it doesn't resonate with who I am. Well, there's other reasons for it, but
Where do
also
you live?
Galveston, Texas.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's yeah. You're not gonna get people to change there.
No, no. And there's no like good health food stores here. It's hard to find organic. Like, it's a struggle.
You just have to grow it.
I know I am. I'm trying to convince my husband to turn our yard into a garden, but also our yard is on top of where they used to have a motor port, like a carport for
Yeah, I
for
mean, you know what you could do is
farm.
the other way to do it is greenhousing it. You know,
Okay.
like what we're going to be putting down is follow West Coast fungi, and what we were learning to do is how to produce medicinal mushrooms. Like I'll tell you why it's so powerful. 22 grams, or sorry, um, lion's mane has 22 grams of protein per 100 grams, where a steak has 24. So, and what's funny is that you'll eat 8 ounce steak without even thinking about it, but you would never even, you'd feel like you are like completely full and stuffed from 8 ounces of lion's mane. And so like one of the ways, since you're already in that mindset, is yeah, and we're going to be doing education programs how to do it because we learned. But growing medicinal grade mushrooms is one. The other one is microgreens, which are really easy to do because if you take a head of broccoli, it's like this. The chemicals that you're getting that help you, come down to a bundle of sprouts about this big, sprouts this about, and then of a microgreen, it's about that big.
Okay.
So one little microgreen has the same nutritional value, same chemical transfer load as a whole bunch of broccoli. So you can start to affect your health really, really dramatically by doing that. And in Galveston, you guys got a farmer's market there?
We do, but there isn't a lot of produce, and most of it's not
Right.
organic.
Right.
Even
Okay.
the
Yeah.
mushrooms that they sell are not organic. I'm like, are they organic?
So
They're like,
look at
no.
vertical farms. I mean, you're a tourist. This is your
Yeah.
this is literally your bailiwick. I mean, if anybody can grow anything, it would be you. Yeah, look at the vertical farms. They work really good.
Yeah.
Other thing. One way to introduce it to family. And I'll tell you, this is how because we also went through the same thing. Like, do we grow it? All that stuff. Well, we got organic over at the store. Well, I'll give you an example. So I made a salad back up. When I'm in Lions Bay, it's like majestic over the mountains. So I cook every day. Like, for me, I love doing it. So I made a salad. I trimmed up some dill. I sprinkled a little bit of avocado oil, a little bit, just sprayed a little bit on, and put in not enough to actually do anything, just to wet it a little bit. And I put in some fresh dill that Jordan had grown, my son had grown in the growers, the vertical garden. And all of a sudden, it's like I put some salt in it and pepper, and there was no need for salad dressing. I mean, it was that dramatic, the sharpness of the flavor. So
Yeah.
what you do is you get them with those little growing systems. You get them used to those ingredients,
Mhm.
and then once they start eating them, they go, "Food tastes so much better." And then once food tastes better, then you go, "Well, let's have more of it."
Yeah. 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 Herbs are delicious. I mean, we're trying to grow a couple things. I have a dragon fruit plant right here.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So relationships is a really good point that you made. And we learned this the hard way. Instead of telling people what to do, we inspire them with what we do. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because
Yeah.
and for our families, even with a worldwide network, and us physically having all these transformations, it took a couple years. I'll tell you what happened is I stopped going to family dinners.
Hmm.
Like, hey, I'll see you guys later or whatever. And then they're like, we want you at the dinner. So we'll make sure that this is organic. or whatever, or have them at my place, one of the two. But eventually they became aware of it. And then there was a very clear divide, but they knew that if I was coming, it would only be exorbitant. And I didn't do it that way. I say, hey, I'll skip dinner. I'll catch you guys somewhere else later on.
Yeah.
And eventually they started doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, my mother-in-law has Parkinson's. Like, I have lots of people around me who could definitely use a lot of help. I try to at least get them started on diatomaceous earth and Irish sea moss and, just some movements and stuff. But
Oh, by the way, for Parkinson's, if you want, follow Freer, and
oh
then
yeah,
show them some of the videos because that might inspire them.
okay, yes, I'll do that. I do follow her.
Yeah. So you know what? Thank you for coming up. Really appreciate
Yeah,
it. Look
very
forward to
nice to
seeing you
meet
in level two.
you.
And we
Yes,
and Kyla, we have all the coaches and hosts and the volunteers coming in
I
here this weekend.
know.
So maybe you'll
I
be the next
know.
batch.
Amazing. I hope so.
Hmm.
I hope so. Have a
Thanks.
great day, Gary. Thanks so much.
Yes. Yeah. It's you can't push people. Yes. Feel discouraged at the grocery store. I know exactly what you mean. Have you heard of Harmonic Arts out of BC? Mushroom powders. Yes, I have heard of them. Of course I have. Harmonic Arts, great product. They are. We actually get their product when we're there. Thank you, City Lotus. I'm curious to know how you're doing. It's been a long time. I do not like family dinners much. Yeah, family dinners, like they're there just to dump off, in nice ways, but they're there to dump off their own shit. If they're not taking care of themselves, that's the place that they go to bring all their problems. And they do it either emotionally or they either have a conversation or they just do it emotionally.
Hi.
Hello, how are
Hi.
you?
I can only say hi for a second because we're going to the Museum of Natural History today.
Oh, fantastic. Hold on, aren't you Aquarius?
I'm an Aquarius. Yes.
When's your birthday?
January 30th.
Oh, so you had it. So
Yeah.
Aquariuses are having. I've been noticing they're feeling really charged, like feel like they're connected to the ether.
I have gone through major transformations and my vibration is it's higher than it's ever been before. And I'm just waking up with clarity, intention, purpose. It's wild. I'm trying to go with it as opposed to, I don't know, like feel bad that I have it and other people,
Yeah,
I'm just trying to be grateful for this.
for sure, for sure. Out of curiosity, I know you got to go, but out of curiosity, your New York patient load, have you been noticing stuff?
I think that people riff off of my vibration, Gary. And
You're
so I think
attracting different people.
I'm attracting different people, and I think people are having transformations because I'm having transformations and we're channeling something together. And I send out to my clients all the time healing, love. I am constantly sending them through the energy, through the ether. And so I think people are just having transformations in general.
Right. So yeah, I agree with that. I mean, you're an Aquarius. You're going to attract people. That's your whole vibe. So basically, you're living in your power.
Yeah. Thank you, dear gosh. Thank you, to the universe, because I was out of alignment most of my life with like drinking too much alcohol or having sleeping pills to go to bed or, just other sort of, I was a bulimic for 10 years. And so now that all of those addictions are behind me, I'm just living in the energy field.
That's awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
I know you're gonna go have fun at the museum, and we'll talk to you
Talk to
later. I'm
you
looking forward.
soon. Take good care. Bye.
Bye bye. The one with transgender fighter, Pat Manuel. It's really old on our YouTube. So actually, if you're looking for the transgender fighter that we supported, go to our YouTube, go to videos, and go right to the videos in the beginning. Like it's right back to the clinic days. It's some of the you can get them all by when they're put, and it's like right at the very beginning. You'll see it. First transgender fighter. You can actually type in YouTube, Human Garage transgender fighter. You should probably get that in YouTube. I did my first live with Britt last week. I was shocked with the first time and how it made me feel. Wow. thanks for Christy for sharing that. That's awesome. It's Survival Moss shipping to Holland. She's in here. I think they are. I think they can. I mean, we shipped. We shipped to Holland. Okay. Genta Wenta. Can fascia maneuvers cure daily panic? Yes. Lauren, if you're having daily panic, go immediately do the upper reset.
You know,
I
it's
thought you were
funny.
going to change your handle.
I haven't yet. Oh
That's
my
it.
gosh, you know what's so funny? Anytime I get like prettied up, I'm like, whatever. Anytime I look tore back, I'm like, he's gonna pick me today.
Yeah. So tell everybody, so everybody gets to know you again. Tell them your name and your birthday.
Oh, Vicente Summers, 8768.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. 6 months next, what's today?
6 months. Yeah,
Today.
you actually used fascial maneuvers to help you through into sobriety, right?
Yes, and to get off actually just about every single thing that I was on, which is a lot. Probably like, I don't know,
Yeah, what
30.
were you on? Like, what were you on before fascial maneuvers?
Mood stabilizers, something for my, like something for blood pressure, something for everything. And it seems like I was given this to get off of this, even Adderall, even lorazepam, just like all these, just a hot mess of medication.
And how long did
And
it take you to come off those when you started doing fascial maneuvers?
well, the opiates right away, boom, opiates. I just decided that was done. Then that felt like it was so easy to accomplish that I just 1 week I would just stop, the other next week, and kind of like taper myself down. My partner was a little bit like, "Oh, you should be talking to a doctor," and blah blah blah. And I was like, I'm just gonna listen to my body and see how I feel. And I don't know. It seemed like the more I got off of things, the better I started to feel. So now I just take my diabetic medication, which I'm sure in a year from now, Gary, I probably
Yeah,
want
I
to
mean,
get.
what do you take for diabetes?
I take an insulin shot,
Yeah.
and I take metformin.
I've seen people come off of insulin dependency.
Yeah.
I so the way I believe it, it's back to, I mean, you're already on the path. It's mineralize the body,
Hmm.
reduce the stress over a long period of time. Because why does my blood sugar dysregulate? Well, one of the most common reasons for dysregulation of blood sugar is overproduction of hormones.
Yeah.
Why do my hormones overproduce? Well, chemicals is one
Yeah.
of them. Stress is another one. Those are the ones that off-regulate
Yeah.
everything. And even then, so what I have noticed is that people that are insulin dependent, as they start doing fascial maneuvers and mineralizing their body and doing the resets, they go from regulating their insulin multiple times a day to one time a day, then
Mhm.
sometimes once every second or third day. And
Yeah. So I
and,
recently started the
and by the
Irish.
way, fasting, intermittent fasting and fasting.
So yeah, that's my next venture here. So I actually got the Power Kirk 30. So I take the Irish sea moss, like the
Yeah, the
applesauce
gel.
kind of
Yeah,
way, that I take that, and then I just push myself to like 12, and then I just try to regulate my sugar. My goal is to get off of this monitor thing I have on my arm.
yeah.
It's like a little sticker, and then I realized recently that my legs are just killing me, like right in the inside of my thighs. But that's where I give myself my shots. So
So
I was
yeah, the
like,
other thing you can do for that though is actually we'll do it right now.
sure, yeah,
Okay,
let's do
let's
it.
get up, test your thighs, push them inside your thighs, feel how they feel. And just see like how sore they are, get a good baseline, do a squat.
Can't go all the way down. I'm getting there.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so take your left hand. I'll show you on mine so it's easier. So take your left hand, pin the fascia right at the xiphoid bone.
Okay.
Take your right hand, pull it underneath the rib cage. So you're stretching it down on your right side,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, then pull it apart, stretch it, and move. Really get your finger underneath there. Breathe deep with your mouth.
Wow.
Okay. Now take your right hand, put it on that area.
Okay.
Left hand on your neck. Breathe in through your mouth. 2, 3. through your nose. 2, 3. Thank you, body, for holding all of this anger and resentment.
Thank you, body, for holding all of this anger and resentment.
I no longer want to hold this anger and resentment.
I no longer want to hold this anger and resentment.
I'm letting it go now.
I'm letting it go now.
Okay.
Any,
You gotta test again. You gotta see. Go down there, touch your legs.
what the heck? Oh,
Squat a little bit.
wow. Wow.
What do you notice?
Huh?
What
Oh,
do you notice?
pain is subsided. It's gone. The pain is gone.
Yeah, because this area here is the liver meridian going down here, right?
Oh,
Liver
okay.
and spleen. And then when you're injecting in there, the body, I mean, it takes it, but it's like, what are you doing that to me for? Help!
Yeah.
Why? Stop! And then it tightens up because it knows that it's going to get a shot there because you do it regularly. So it tightens up a little bit. That goes all the way back to the liver. So when you release your liver, all of a sudden it's like, whoa, that area feels good again.
Yeah, and I always feel like, well, not I shouldn't say it that way, but a lot of times I feel like since I'm thicker, I can't really get, like when I do the organ reset. But anytime I do it with you, I feel like this. I feel high every time I do a thing with you. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to feel really high? Let's do it.
Here we go.
Take your right elbow, grab the skin, turn it, put it above your head, lean over to your left, turn your head to the right a little bit, and lean over to your left.
That's my left.
Good. Your right elbow.
Oh, wait.
Other way.
Wait, right
Yeah,
elbow.
right
Hold
elbow.
on. Let me
Yeah,
do
right
this.
elbow.
That's right. I can't get my skin. Hold on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Get some skin on there.
Okay.
Let's see some
So,
skin.
right
Okay. Twist. Put your elbow up. Lean over to your left. Turn your
okay.
head to the right. Okay, now breathe in 6 times with your mouth deep. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Say, I'm opening up my heart to
I'm
receive.
opening up my heart to receive.
Okay. Good. Now go right to the other one, the left one. Twist. Put it above you. Lean over to your right. And breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Say, I'm opening up my heart to give.
I'm opening up my heart to give.
Okay.
Whew. And high on my own supply.
Yeah, how do you feel?
I feel good. I feel lightheaded. Anytime I do work with you, I don't know, it's like intensifies. So it feels like I feel.
Yeah, it is. It is because
I
it's
feel
like a tuning fork, but when we're dealing with quantum mechanics, it doesn't matter if I'm physically with you or I'm talking to you
yeah.
like this. So in a tuning fork, if I hit if you're a 432 and I'm at 432 and I hit it, then they both vibrate. It's just that with this work, it doesn't matter if I'm talking to you or whatever.
Yeah.
So you vibrate at my frequency. That's why people come to our
Yeah.
events, because they come out of our events and it's like holy crap, what happened to me in a good way?
Yeah, I was at Joshua Tree. It took me a good couple of days to come down off of, that frequency. I feel like buzzing all over.
We're coming back, but this time it's 3,000 ish people.
Wow. I'll be.
So it'd be like Joshua Tree times 100.
Yeah. So cool.
We're gonna be in Orange County or Malibu, still working.
Yeah, I'll go there too. I don't live very far. I'll go wherever you guys go. Yeah.
So how's it?
I can.
What's been changing in your life now that you've used your own body to come off of the prescriptive drugs and the opiates and that? So what is showing up in your life?
What's showing up in my life a lot right now is I don't want to sound negative, but I'm realizing where I cut myself short so to speak, like where I love myself to a certain point and then I kind of back off. I'll open up my heart to a certain point, so then I back off. So I'm really trying to be consistent now.
You mean the
And
heart
just,
opening maneuver we just did was really intended for you?
yes, it was definitely intended for me. I'm gonna cry. I'm a Leo and I share well with others, but it's really hard for me to put it back
Receive.
in.
And that's why
Yeah.
we did the right side first.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and I spend a lot of my time with deaf, I sign and I help deaf kids and stuff. And so with that, it's just easy. But when
Oh,
it
do
comes to
you?
myself,
You
just,
do
yeah,
ASL?
you forgot.
I forgot.
But
I forgot. Oh, yeah. So you're going to offer this time for
yeah,
us. Hey, you know
yeah,
something? We come to California. Maybe when we come to California, maybe you could do that.
of course, for sure.
Oh, that would be cool to say we'll have
Yeah.
it in ASL too.
I think it would be cool too because I had this dream that I was signing with when Raj was doing like Messiah or whatever we did last time, and it's beautiful in ASL. It's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I can feel your heart
Yeah,
opening.
yeah, it's so huge. It's like, oh, and I have a lot of grief, so I just want to let it all out. Yeah,
Okay. Put your right hand on your heart, left hand on your head.
and you're gonna do this.
Do it. Breathe in through your mouth. 2, 3. Through your nose. 2, 3. Say hello, heart.
Hello, heart.
Thank you for holding all of this trauma in my body.
Thank you for holding all of this trauma in my body
Till I was ready to process it.
till I was ready to process it.
I'm ready to process it now.
I'm ready to process it now.
Breathe in through your mouth. 2, 3. Thank you, lungs and large intestine, for holding all the grief.
Thank you, lungs and large intestine, for holding all the grief.
I'm ready to process it so you can let go.
I'm ready to process it so you can let go.
Breathe in through your nose. 'Whoa. Now I'm high.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Like I'm going to have a good cry when I hang up. My ego gets in the way, but I think just having that release would be helpful.
Yeah.
And giving myself the grace I give other people,
Yeah. Say, thank you, ego, for protecting me.
Thank you, ego, for protecting
I
me.
no longer need protection.
I no longer need protection.
I'm ready to treat myself as I treat others.
I'm ready to treat myself as I treat others.
To show myself the love that I give everybody
And to
else.
show myself the love that I give everybody else.
I'm opening up my heart to receive.
I'm opening up my heart to receive.
So I can give more.
So I can give more. Wow. Months today.
Today's an important day.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's today's a 23 day. It's what you feel, what you believe, and thinking about both sides. So it's a real community. It's a day where community, caring for myself and community, what I believe in, and then changing the way I think about it, which is, you've been doing a lot up here and you've been blocking that up here. So it's a Gemini day. So it's a perfect day for you to get your head right.
That's interesting. I have a Gemini sun, and when I hear you talk with other people, I just think of all the lessons that I'm still continuing to have with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in jail right now. They didn't have an interpreter. It's just been I've been fighting a long time,
How
Gary.
long is he in jail for?
This time it's been almost a year.
Yeah.
But the answers are coming to me because I'm asking the right questions, and so I was able to show up
You
and
you need to say something about it. My throat's getting all blocked.
say something about what? Just
I
the
don't know.
pain.
I think it feels like you want to talk to him.
I don't want to be the owner of it.
Okay, let's clear that because that's what's blocking you. What's his name?
Ryan. Wow. Yeah,
I know. Hey, I know what it's like to be there. I know what it's like to be separated. So
and he was in solitary confinement, and it made me think of you. I can't imagine being deaf and
in
not being able to
solitary.
talk to anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Solitary was rough. It was like for me, it was 17 months.
Yeah. And it hurts that he doesn't understand like the process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he in solitary because of his
No,
death?
because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why he got in trouble, but
It's it's
many
it's hard in there because they pick on people.
yeah, and many
I was
times
different.
yeah.
They knew I didn't belong there, so they beat the crap out of me initially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Um.
I hope that he can forgive himself for whatever, and I hope
Ryan,
that he can
say
clean.
Ryan. Ryan.
Ryan,
I know that you're on your own path,
I know that you're on your own path,
and I know that your path is a part of my path as well.
and I know that your path is a part of my path.
You're helping me find my own heart.
You find helping me find my own heart.
I know you got this.
You got this.
I know you'll be okay.
You will be okay.
I know that the lessons that you learn are going to help both of us.
And to help both of us.
I'm going to let you take all of the trauma that you hold or that we hold together.
We hold together.
I'm going to let you take your part, and I'm going to take my part,
Take my part.
so we can both heal.
We both heal.
I love you.
Love you.
I love myself.
Myself. I'm signing it with your eyes closed because if I was talking with him, it'd be signing. So
I
he
didn't.
can feel.
Yeah, I get it. That's what I was feeling in my throat. I didn't realize because he couldn't speak.
Yeah. Doesn't talk.
Yeah. When's he due to get out?
He's going back to court on the 19th.
What's he looking at?
A strike in prison.
So how many years?
Up to 5.
Yeah.
I am a mama lion, so
Yeah. Yeah. It's what's going to help him and help you is for you to accept whatever it is.
okay.
You're fearing the output and outcome. And when you're not attached to the outcome and when you welcome the outcome, whatever it is, then for both you and him, it's less painful. And I mean, for him, it means whatever it is. But usually that means that fate turns.
Yeah. I feel like I'm more like attached to him not having the services or an interpreter. Like,
Yeah, but that's your way of taking that grief and that fear and that anger and that frustration and attaching it to something.
okay.
Because he's a big boy.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll figure it out. Holding that angst or that fear or that anger or the sadness that holds him in the same place.
Okay.
And if you, as you let go of your version of it, it automatically changes him.
Okay.
He can't hold on to it.
Like if I let go, then it just.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So either way, whether he spends 5 years or whether he gets out, there's twist of fates happening right
Yeah.
now. You might get the big C and C bid, and then they might ship them out anyways because of where you are. No,
Yeah.
but there's a twist of fate coming, okay, in the entire judicial system and the
Yeah.
entire governmental system. It's going to affect everybody across the board. That's what's happening right now. So it's time to believe, and it's time to believe that everything is working out the way it's supposed to, and
True.
that whatever it is for him is what it's supposed to be. And when I went to prison, as wrong as I thought it was at the time, I know something now. I I was being transported, and it's the first time I was being transported, and I was lockboxed. Like guards. They, they treated. I was held as a terrorist basically. So I'm going in to meet my accusers really for the first time, and I'm in a prison transport vehicle or van, right? And I had this memory of being there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then I had a memory. I remembered all the times in my life where I remembered that event, right to 5 years old, including 2 months before. We're driving down the 405, and it's like 10 lanes down in Orange County, and I'm driving one, and a van pulls up beside me, and I'm like, and I pull over 3 lanes, and I didn't even realize that I had done it, but I remembered it at that time.
Wow.
So in other words, like, did I predict the future or did I know it was coming? I believe now that I knew it was coming because that's part of what helped me be here with you today. It's a big part. The other option was I was about to sell my company for a couple $100 million. And I, I know in my heart that had I taken that money and ran and I was going to
Yeah.
go, I know that I wouldn't be the person I am today. And I can't imagine being anybody else
Yeah.
right now. For the first time in my life, I had all the money in the world at points in my life and not happy. I mean, I did happy things and I convinced myself, but at the core of it, there was something that I wanted more. And like now I live my life as I don't own anything. I have shirts, I have shorts, I have some shoes, and
And you
I
have,
have a backpack and some phones and stuff like that. And that's all. And I don't want anything. I'm happy. But I wasn't happy. I had everything and I wasn't happy. And so that's his choice. As a soul, he knew he was going there. I know that to be true now in my life. And I know if it's true for me, it's true for everybody else. So he knew. So this is his journey. He also knew he came here to be deaf.
yeah.
And by the way the technology is going, both our organic technology and other technology, it's not going to be long
Mhm.
because seeing and hearing is just interpreting vibration. We still feel a vibration. Our brain's just not interpreting it. That's going to happen for everybody.
All my kids are deaf, and their kids are deaf too. So I have 5 grandchildren that are deaf. It's all just loud and science when they visit.
I have a feeling as I get to know you, I have a feeling that something's going to come up about that because I've worked with deaf who have regained their hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's more to this story, and the next couple years are going to unveil the truth
Yeah.
as we learn more about the human body. And we I had a view of how the body was worked, and it's all this
Mhm.
limitation, it's broken, it's broken. I'm like, that's not how it
Yeah.
works. I mean, a guy loses half his brain and the brain reorganizes itself to control every function.
Pretty amazing.
That means if we can do that, if we can regrow half of a liver, if we can regrow a gallbladder, then our body can work itself out of that situation. And with all these people in your family having it,
Mhm.
that means that there's a precondition that somehow can be changed.
And with each child that's born, there's more and more hearing. Like the last baby is hard of hearing in one ear and can hear in the other ear. So
Yeah.
full deaf to medium, you know what I mean? Just all the way down the line.
I have a belief in what it is, by the way,
Yeah.
because I've been working on these issues for a long time.
Yeah.
When I see you in person,
Yeah.
that when at some point when you're ready and see you in person, when everything's
Yeah.
right, I'll tell you what the belief is. I'm about to do a series. I've never told the world what I believe about the
Yeah.
body, and about the mastering the body. And I'm about to do a series starting in April, over 12 months. Once a month, I'm going to roll out a new version of what I believe about how the body works and about why it works. Because I'm tired of having these stories of limitations. Because if you can heal, if your body can regrow a liver, it can fix hearing.
For sure.
Yeah, we just have to identify why. But go get if you grab somebody to get the metaphysical anatomy book and look what it says about hearing,
I
please.
will do that.
Okay.
Whew.
Goodbye.
Always,
It's
always a pleasure.
always a pleasure. So
Thank you.
happy to see you. Look
Yeah.
for California. And when we get there, we'll see you
Okay.
in California.
I'll see you then, California.
Bye. Yeah. Yeah. I decided today, actually, that it's time to show people the other side of this because everybody's still dealing with healing. But healing has to stop at one point because we're not broken. And there's an end where I'm at. I mean, I'm at the other end. I mean, I have some stuff I'm still working on, and my teeth is one of them. But I now know why my teeth did what they did, which is bizarre. The story of it, the truth of it is way crazier than the fiction of it. Yeah. So we're going to do a series once a month. I'm going to open up to anybody and everybody. It's going to be the mastery of the body. It's going to be called it's going to be called Moving Younger, and the subtitle is Master Your Fascia, Master Your Life. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share my belief of the human body because I come up here and I talk to you every day about this, and we're on the reason why it seems so simple and so confident for me is because I'm on a different page. I have a completely different belief of what the human body is, completely different. The human experience, why we're here, and how it works. And this is why I have so much confidence in helping people because I don't believe anything that I've been told. And we're arguing about what we eat and whether this diet's good or not and what disease and what virus and all these things we're arguing about. And I'm here to tell you that it's all bullshit. Yeah, there's a way through this. And what I'm doing with my own life and my own body is I've moved from repair. Now I'm in perform. And I'm going to share that journey as I did with repair. I went into repair. I didn't wait till I was repaired. I was fat, broken, having problems in my life emotionally, physically, and then I shared with you in real time my journey. So why wouldn't I share my journey right now and the performance side? Like I have never been in this condition in my physical body, my emotional body, my perceptual body. I've never felt like this anywhere, not even close, even when I was a kid. Even when I was a kid, I didn't feel like good like this. So I want to share that. And we're going to go starting in April. I'm going to be doing a class in March as a warm-up class, a prelim. I'm going to be doing a class, and you're not people. I'm going to show what I do. You're not everybody's going to be able to do it, but you'll be able to get a recording. You'll be able to take that recording and you'll be able to work on it. And like for example, how I do fascial maneuvers and why I do them. So I'll be doing a master class series, and I'm going to be revealing in that master class series the starting of how I view the human body. And you've heard pieces of this coming out, but I've never drawn the whole picture. And then through that 12 months, and the reason why it's 12 months is that if it's any less than 12 months, you can't absorb it properly because you have to see it through every one of the 12 lenses or the 12 perspectives. Can T3 regrow? Yes. Yes, they can. I have a device made out of Calgary, patented, invented at University of Alberta that regrows teeth within 30 days. There's a drug that hit the market from Japan that regrows teeth. that's now FDA cleared. So the idea is I want to, but what I want to do is I want my body to do it. I don't want to use a drug. I don't want to use a device. I woke up with this 3 a.m. with these words, UNLTD people. What was I tapping into? I believe also that we're tapping into our immense potential. Yes, we are starting to. Not coming to Chicago, but we are going to go to Los Angeles. We're going to go to Texas, Austin. We're going to go to New York. We're going to Prague. We're going to be, it looks like Germany, Sweden. We're just building the rest of the tour right now. England. 90 nets. Can't wait to grow my front teeth. All I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth. My 2 front teeth. Yeah, you're going to get it at some point. Los Angeles, it's either April 20th or 27th. Yeah, so basically what I'm doing is I'm putting out the book, but I don't even want time to write the book. I'm going to share it in real time. There's going to be thousands of people, so we're not even. It's going to be a webinar because we won't be able to take questions, but we're going to put a special group in the app, and so that we can have conversations. Protein C deficiency. Any deficiency in your body, get your body the proper elements, starting with diatomaceous earth and silica, get the proper minerals, and take the body out of stress. The body has deficiencies because it's stressed out. End of story. The body has genetic disorders because it's stressed out. End of story. Metaphysical anatomy book. I don't even know who the author is. Funny thing. But you can just type in metaphysical anatomy. It's a big, thick book. It's orange. Divine light consciousness. We will see you in LA. Will you go back to Vancouver again? Yes. We'll probably do an event in Vancouver as well because I'm coming back for my daughter's wedding in Canada on end of August. And I have a wedding in Lions Bay for my nephew beginning of August. So we'll be there in August. So we're probably going to do an August event. Prague, Sweden, and the Netherlands. Netherlands is still, we have lots of people there. It's just depending on space and stuff like that. So when are you going to be in England? It's all going to be, looks like it's going to be July-ish. Toronto, not on the tour date so far. We need a strong enough partner in Toronto. New York is going to be July 2nd through the 7th. We're going to be there. We're going to be opening for Spirituality Week on the 2nd. Then we're going to do an event there. We're just looking for, again, venue and location and stuff like that. So why load vitamin D even with sun and supplements? There you go. Angela, here's a good thing. Why am I having low vitamin D with sun and supplements? This is a great question because people that are doing everything right still have problems in their body. Why? Why isn't that therapy? If you're going to acupuncture or chiropractic, if you're taking supplements and stuff like that, why is it that you still need them? It's because the body is not doing something right. It's always based on three things. Number one is you don't have the right elements. So if you don't have silica, you're not going to absorb vitamin D. It doesn't matter what you do, whether you go in the sun or not. So start with diatomaceous earth. Download our supplement guide. Go to our website and download that. Get the minerals. Get all 102 minerals, and you can do that with Irish sea moss, and you can get bladder rack, and you get all 102. And then you take your body out of stress twice a day by moving your tissue. Vitamin D levels will go up. That's what typically happens for people who have reported to me. Yvette Rose, thank you. Metaphysical anatomy. I've been experiencing unexplained dizziness, and it's really affecting my mood in life. I can function so much. I almost feel like falling asleep every day. Also a cranial nerve. Okay. This is for Casimiro Tero. I'm assuming you're not doing our resets yet. You got to get in the 28-day reset. Start with the upper reset protocol. You absolutely need the minerals and the supplements. Because you got some stuff going on. Your body will process through this usually about second or third month of the resets. I don't feel good when I do anti-gravity because my fascia is so tight in my neck. It's hard to stretch the skin. No dot o dash. Most likely you're dehydrated and you need diatomaceous spirits. You could be taking all the minerals in the world. You're not taking silica. They're not absorbing. Red non salt and water. Yes, salt and water is okay, but you need to have, you guys, if you're taking minerals, if you're taking Himalayan sea salt, you're doing all that stuff. If you're not taking silica exogenously right now, forget about it. It's in your skies. Get in our 28-day reset. Download our supplement guide, and you'll see why. You can't get away from it right now. Like if you're anywhere in the world, almost, unless you're on an island somewhere, and you are not getting away from it right now. You've got barium, strontium, aluminum you're breathing every day. Those have a cascading effect on your body, which start to dysregulate everything. You've got chemicals in your clothes, chemicals in your body care products. There's no way those things are all depleting your silica and disrupting your receptors and unbalancing your hormones. There's no way that you could be healthy today without taking exogenous silica. It's just impossible right now. And then once you say you're healthy, if you say you're healthy, then come on, bring all your lab works and let's start take a look. Because even if you're healthy in your body, you're probably not healthy in your mind or your emotions, and we can figure that out pretty quick. That's what always comes up, guys. The world, we're being systematically toxed. Our entire world is toxic right now. We are upgrading, yes. Tips how to deal with fluid retention and heart. Are we ready for Ruth?
We are. I don't know if I
Oh.
can't see her in there, but I told her to drop a message. She said, I did.
How about plain silica? Yeah, you can take plain silica. Hi, Ruth.
Good morning from down under.
What time is it there?
It's 3:05 in the morning.
3:05 in the morning.
But
Well, good morning.
I went to bed at 7:30. It's amazing how, because I'm quite nervous because I'm really stepping out of my comfort zone, I tell you. And it's amazing how the body works. I just woke up at 1:00 and I had to go to the bathroom and had this, it's all part of life. I had this massive release. I feel so much better now. But it's amazing. Just knows how to get rid of these toxins.
So what you're saying is coming on the live scared the shit out of you.
Like she did, yes.
So,
Yes.
so I got a question. It's tomorrow over there, right?
Yes, it's Tuesday today. What's Tuesday?
So-
Yeah. Tuesday morning.
If it's Tuesday tomorrow over there, why don't you just tell us what the future is so we don't have to guess anymore?
Oh yes, yeah, but then I spoil it for you. See, you don't know what you're in for.
Oh man, they had some young girl seriously telling people that they should be telling us what the future is to help us out. And I was like, is this for real? And it was actually for real. It was on social media, and I'm like, that is so funny. It's just like the concept of time has passed a certain generation.
No, time doesn't even exist.
No, it
Like,
doesn't. It technically doesn't. But emotional experiences do, and emotional experiences have this feeling of what we associate to time.
yes.
So, so Ruth, when's your birthday?
6th of January.
So you're a good old Capricorn. What degree are you? Are you 14 degree? 13?
No, 21.
Oh, 20. Oh,
Master
sorry.
level.
Are you 21 degree?
Yep.
So, Sagittarius, Capricorn. Got it. And 21 is Sagittarius. And you were diagnosed.
Yes.
What was the diagnosis?
Brain tumor on my right side.
right side,
Yeah, 20
affecting relationships and creativity. Did you feel any of that when you were before coming up to that?
nothing. Like I said, I thought I was very healthy because I lived I thought a very healthy lifestyle. But now I know it's all emotional based. Whole
Did you
thing. It's
have
just
any? Did you have any noticeable symptoms that led you to the diagnosis?
no. Like I said, physically nothing. But now I'm digging deep because I've got this book too, but it's from Inner Siegel, the secret language of your body. So I went straight there. In conflict with self. Oh yes. I said, oh yeah, look at that. And then blaming myself for mistakes of the past. That was a big one. So I'm just working through all that, unraveling it, feeling trapped. Yep, out of control, not knowing how to change. I mean, these are all
So
underlying issues.
yeah, these are the underlying issues. So those you can relate to the
Yes.
issues, the metaphysical issues,
Yeah.
and then you had something going on in your body you weren't even aware of, and
Yeah. That's it.
then you
Yeah.
became aware of it,
Yes.
and
Yeah. And
then
that's unraveling it all, the emotional side of it, and I'm
they give you
going.
a bunch of drugs,
Yes.
and that didn't work out so well, right?
Well, I mean, they're just, I just knew straight away. The neurosurgeon said, you'll be on this medication for years to come because I had a seizure in hospital. Again, I mean, they just said, oh, it's all related to your tumor. But I knew because I could feel it coming on and I knew it was all, again, everything's emotional based.
Yes, and my belief is that's what it is too.
Yep.
I mean, but you came to this. You didn't come to this from me. You came to this through your own feeling and
Yes.
awareness. Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as he said, you'll be on this medication for years to come, my whole body, inside of my soul, whatever, just screamed like, oh, sorry to swear, but like, fuck, I will be. I just knew. This inner knowing that nobody can take that away from you. Nobody can tell you how you feel or how you should feel. Well, they try to tell you how you should feel and all that, but I'm claiming back my own power because the power that created this body is the same power that I know we don't really want to use the word heal, but heals this body. It's the same power. It's no difference.
So you medication was like this took you right out, caused all kinds of problems, and then
Oh, like it's just like I felt like a zombie. First they put me on Evos Kepra and they put me on about 500 milligrams. Now, first of all, because they thought I had a stroke, they put me straight on blood thinners. Well, the next day I came out, I had bruises all over my body. I said, get me off this medication. My body was just screaming. And then they put
yeah.
me on the medication for seizure and within a day I said, it's not doing me any good. I said, I'm not going to live like that. So they halved the dose and still then, I still didn't feel right. You just know. Nobody can take away that inner knowing. And then I'm going to say it publicly now. I just slowly
So you
read.
so you took it in your own hands. You're taking care of your body, reducing your stress. How do you feel physically right now?
I feel amazing. That's it. I've just finished a 28-day reset. When I watched your life sometimes when you go down to the beach, and even before I knew you go down to the beach, I just went down to the beach every morning doing my maneuvers, watching the sunrise, nature, getting sun, bare feet. Like it's all there.
Yeah.
Nature. We just go out there, but we just we sit inside all the time and on these devices, and yeah, I'm struggling a little bit with that, but yeah, I just a lot of self-reflection, journaling, and doing the reset. I'm taking all my diatomaceous earth and doing urine therapy. I'm just doing everything. I'm putting a castor oil compress on my head every night as well.
How do you did your family did they agree with what you're doing or
Oh, no.
not? Where
Actually, I had, like I said, because doing the reset and speak your truth, even if it's inconvenient for others. And I thought, oh, okay, I could feel it. So I had a conversation with my daughter 2 weeks ago because I'm taking back my power, and she just hung up on me. Well, first she said a few nasty words, so we haven't spoken for 2 weeks, and I'm still feeling okay with that at the
yeah,
moment.
because you're no longer holding the part.
No, no,
Yeah.
and then she sort of put up quite a couple of quite provocative posts on Facebook, and they were directly dug at me, and I just looked at them and thought, wow, that's interesting, but I didn't get triggered. Yeah, I felt a bit sad. I thought, wow, my own daughter, and I thought, that's okay. No, because she's comes from a totally different perspective and angle, and that's okay, because she said you can either have a death wish or a life wish. So according to her, I think she thinks I'm having a death wish.
Yeah, I mean, when is it that, like, I mean, we've gotten to a place, I get where she's coming from because people, the whole last couple of years, people were shaming people into behaviors, medical behaviors.
Yes,
Now the truth's coming out that maybe we
yes,
didn't need all those behaviors. And now it's like but there's a habit of it. It's not even like they want to. It's like there's just a habit of shaming people if you don't
yes.
view like I view or the way that the world views it.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, because I mean, it all started 4 years ago. When the jab thing came in, and she was on the same page as me, and because I just said I'd rather I get out of here before anybody sticks needles into me, and then she gave in, and I don't know, but it's just my illusions but something's changed energetically. Her energy feels something changed.
Hmm.
Yeah, nobody, I can't even explain it. It's just a feeling. It's just this inner knowing. I've had that when I was a kid. I had all these inner knowings, and I was always, or often, I was an outcast because I was just doing things different because I didn't want to. I'm not following any herd of sheep, and it's hard. It's not easy. It's easy just to go along with everybody else, and then you fit in and you drink and you smoke and you all this other stuff, and I just always refused. I just thought, no, I want to keep this soul as pure as I can, because there's a soul in this body. I'm not. I'm not my body. There's a soul residing in my body.
And you had zero symptoms.
There are symptoms. Nothing. That's it. I mean, I've had. Oh well, I'm just waiting for another consult with the neurosurgeon. Then I want to have another scan because he kept saying, "Have you got headaches? Do you have this, that?" I said, "No, there's nothing. Nothing."
Yeah, they can't even understand why you don't have the headaches and stuff,
No,
right?
no.
Yeah.
No. So I know it was just a wake up call. Say, come on, look at this stuff. And one had to do with my daughter because I was just, I was just subordinated a lot.
So
Because
you know that some people and the way that they think, like you said, death wish are crazy. Um, what would you say to those people?
well, I don't think I'm crazy. It's I just choose to go on my own path, regardless of what anybody else says. Because at the end of the day, this is my body, this is my life, and I choose what I put in here and what I accept. And like I said before, I'm exposed to so much stuff out there anyway, so I'm doing the best that I can to keep this vessel as clean and as pure as I can, to the best of my ability, and that's all I can do.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is a question, and it's coming up hardcore for a lot of people because I mean, in Canada, where I'm from, they've made MAID, which is assisted suicide. Now you can do it if you're depressed, if you have critical illness, if you have a mental disorder, you can actually ask to be taken out.
Wow.
And but they can they can actually they can actually force you to take something for your body, but
Yeah.
they will let you end your own life if you have these preconditions. Like, how is that possible? Like, you can force me to take this, but I can actually make a choice to end my life. And this is where the this weird situation that people are in right now.
Yeah.
They're the world is not it's not it's like it's not thinking right.
I know. Yes, and I just noticed. I just, again, over the last 4 years, I've just noticed so many people that like the energy feels shifted, and I'm just really protecting myself, and I've let go of quite a few people because we just didn't resonate anymore. Even this little gift, it's I don't know, my awareness just opened huge. It's like I had a consciousness shift or whatever you want to call it, and I'm just so more in tune with myself, and obviously doing the fascia maneuvers. Well, that's just that takes you to the next level, and then taking all the supplements, and it's just an amazing journey.
Yeah, it
But
is a journey, isn't it?
our factions and the outcome, well, that's it, whichever way this goes, because I know this soul, I'm going to leave this body one day, and I don't want to come back and repeat all the same lessons again. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I guess that's the other side of it too. It's like, why do I believe I'm here? And because, yeah, what I've learned in my life is I picked every circumstance, every disease, every dysfunction, every major. I mean, I get to play a role in there, but the big parts of my life I picked,
Yes.
and what I have free will over is how I react to what shows up,
Yes.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes, yeah, it's very painful. The people and that, and I understand and think, my God, what am I doing here? And now I actually have the courage to say, look, this doesn't resonate with me, and I turn and I walk away because
Hmm.
I can feel it in here when you truly listen to your heart. You feel it. My body is speaking, saying, no, this doesn't feel right. Okay, I'm just leaving.
Yeah.
And
I'm super. First of all, I just I have so much respect for you because first of all, this is your decision. No one is influencing your decision. Not me. Not anybody else.
yeah,
You're making your decision for you, and and I happen to have a very similar belief that you have, and there's a whole part of the world, like a lot of things, where there's resistance to letting me be myself or be individual or letting anybody be themselves or be individual. And
yes,
there's rules, social rules, constructs, and it's reinforced with these fear, shame, guilt, societal issues. And it's coming to a head like really fast. Like you can see these issues starting to come up. Someone was talking about what they're doing in Canada too, like they're with the veterans. They're saying, hey, just you can use this program over here. Like we're not even going to help you. And and this is happening all over the world right now. So by you doing what you're doing, you're setting an example,
yes, yeah, yeah,
and you're setting an example to live the life on your terms.
yes, yeah, yes.
Yeah,
And that's
I do not agree with. I don't agree with medication. I don't agree with radiation. I don't agree. I do not believe that that is in all my heart. I do not believe. I've seen it all from every perspective you can imagine now, and the only ones that end up working in the end are the ones that people do with belief that are natural. That's the only ones that end up working. The other ones they screwed it. Like I had a friend who beat cancer, wrote a book about it. Became became a vegan and meditated and all this stuff, and he just died of cancer the other day.
yeah, yes, yeah,
And
yeah,
and it's like it's time. It's because we're still got one foot in each belief system.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
really,
No, so I'm just
really, really inspiring to watch you. It's really fun to be a part of your
yeah.
journey.
There's a lot more to come because 9 ladies we got together from all over the world, and there's a book coming out in early May, and some ladies talk about or write about body shaming and all that. Mine's all about my sexual abuse that I endured for many, many years. So whether that brought up something as well, I mean, they can only guess.
Well,
He
that's
said, "Oh, this,
that's emotional centers, relationships. That's the right brain.
yeah, yeah." So there's a book coming out. So I mean, I've got these, visions because it's all about intention and belief. And then the other day, somebody tried to sort of drag me back down. Oh, I'm really worried about you. You've lost so much weight. I said, stop, because I could immediately I could feel anxiety coming in,
Yeah.
and whether I don't need to hear this. I said, if you cannot support me, what I'm doing, please just keep your opinions to yourself
I had
because it doesn't.
when I was fasting, when we fasted for 44 days, I went 2 weeks without water. I had a bunch of holistic doctors who were friends of mine, who came over and they started talking about how hard it was on the bladder and to be careful and all this. And I found myself doubting. And I'm like, I can check my body. I know my body's okay. And I found myself doubting, and I had to work Jason and myself. And like literally, I'm like checking: is Jason okay? Am I okay? Am I doing this? Am I leading Jason in the wrong path? This is the whole thing, and it is. I can conclude that the most significant part of the healing mechanism or transformation mechanism in the human body is our ability to believe. And when our
Yeah.
belief is compromised, it changes everything.
Yes. Yeah. That's right. I'm just holding on to that belief, and I'm ready. Bring it on. Whatever.
Yeah, and and also with that being said, I had a close friend who we actually no, I'm not gonna share that. That doesn't belong in this conversation. I
Okay.
just want to honor and respect your journey,
Yes.
and glad you're in the Lifestyle Artist program.
Yes.
I'm happy to be watching this with you, and of course you know that if you need help in any way, we're here.
Oh yes. Yeah. I realize that that's my tribe, and I've heard a few times sort of the words floating. Oh, it's a cult, and I'm just
Oh,
laughing.
hey, I'm proud of that, man. Like it took like Scientology, it took them like 15 years to be called a cult, and most
Yeah.
cults take 15 to 20 years before you get called a cult. And if you get called a cult in your first 4 years,
Yeah.
whew, you're doing good. Because what is cult from? It's culture. It's when you change culture,
That's it.
you are a cult, old cult. And you
Yeah.
see big cults, like people, they don't get to say that. They don't even get it. It's like cult, try CrossFit or try veganism or try carnivore. I mean, that's what it is. That's the exact definition. We all involve ourselves in cults. It's
Uh,
like, just make sure that the one you're with, I always say to people, just make sure you're going to be in it for a while. So just make sure you believe,
yes.
whatever it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. Yes. It just because I mean that's it. What works for me doesn't work for the next person, but just honoring that truth, your own truth. It's
Yeah. Well, thank
beautiful.
you,
And
Ruth. It's
actually, I
been,
just want I
oh,
see
go
you
ahead.
had a thing with Pete Evans. I've been following Pete Evans for years. He's
Oh,
amazing.
I'm going to be doing, yeah, we're coming out to see him in the fall. We'll be there.
Yes.
And we're doing a program with Pete. So he's going to come in, bring in all kinds of food and diets. And then we're going to be he's a world famous chef. And we're going to be
Yes.
talking about food, diets, and fasting, which
Yes.
is he does fasting retreats. So we're going to be staying with him, I believe, in the fall.
Oh yes, yeah. Evolve Sanctuary. It's a beautiful place, and yeah, I followed him for years. I had a lot of his books, and went on to the paleo diet. Oh, that's it. I don't want to call these things diet, but he's incredible.
He is.
You fast?
I really enjoy working with him. I'm excited.
Yes.
So we're going to come out first of all with a bunch of ways of making food fantastic. Look good,
Yeah.
taste good, feel good, good
Yeah.
for you. So we're going to come out with that first, and then we'll be working towards a whole program with him.
Oh, so good. Yeah. And fasting, and everybody who was on here, if you're not taking diatomaceous earth yet, it's a game changer. It's a life changer.
It is.
I've been. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that boron, I mean, is powerful.
Yeah.
It's these little things that are not even on our radar screen.
And then
And
take your urine. Like I put it on my face, I put it on skin tabs, and they're all disappearing. They're just literally falling off.
yeah, yeah, I get it. It makes a big difference. It makes a big
Yeah,
difference. Yeah,
we have our own medicine. So thank you. And again, that before I heard you talk about that, probably about 6 months or even a year ago, it sort of started coming into my radar. As if my body knew, was prepared. I know life was
I had
preparing
a
me.
listen. The reason why is I had a friend who's a doctor. He's one of the world's best vascular surgeons, and his wife had impacted colon, and they're gonna have to remove her colon. He says, "I'm a doctor. I'm a surgeon. There has to be another answer."
Yeah,
He ended up taking her to India to one of the best Ayurvedic doctors in the world, and he goes, "Oh, just drink your urine. You'll be done by tomorrow." She did. She was,
yeah,
and he goes, That's when he sought me out, and we became friends. And we started working together because he said there's more to this body than I was taught, and he's one of the best in the world at what he does. And that's where, even though that I had seen it, and that's where I became a real big believer, by the way, of urine therapy.
yeah, yeah. It's amazing. It's all this brainwashing. It has been brainwashed.
Yes, we are being brainwashed quite a bit.
Yeah. Actually, that wasn't so bad. Have to do it again.
Bruce,
See, it's amazing.
thank you so much for sharing your story. We'll be checking in.
Yep.
I'm just so happy and joyful to see you in your joy, literally. And you're taking the issues and you're moving through them, which with joy, with love, with kindness, and
Yes,
that's what you show.
I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim because I mean I went through that stage when this first happened. You know, for 2 days I was down in the whole thing. Why me? All this stuff, and now, like I said, I was ready to leave. I said, "That's it. I'm out of here."
Yeah.
And then,
That's the only way to do it. It's have
yeah,
nothing to lose. If you have nothing to lose, life can't hit you.
good. Yep. Anyway, Gary, thank you very, very
Thanks,
much. And
Bruce. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, a lot of respect because, most people get a diagnosis the first thing, and I see people do this all the time. And I've had close friends that have had diagnoses, and I've had those that have passed away, and I've had those who have completely um, passed the symptoms and then no longer have the diagnoses. And one thing that I find consistent is, and I have a friend the other day, a very, very close friend, who has got a big mass in her lungs, and she called me for a little reassurance because she was at the point they want to put her on immunotherapy, and she's done everything natural. She's been working natural, and she knows that it's emotional too. And so she asked me for my advice, and I said, well, I'm not going to give you my advice. I'm going to tell you that whatever you pick, you believe in it. If you pick immunotherapy, you believe in it. If you pick natural, you believe in it. It's not what you pick, it's what you believe at the end of it. There's so many studies. Now, I'll go over this again. 4.5 million studies over 16 years now on the placebo effect, peer-reviewed studies. And it shows that 1/3 of the time, a surgery or a medication, the belief that it's going to work is the only reason it worked. And that same study shows you that 1/3 of the time, the disbelief is the reason it didn't work, because it has to be. There's a binary yes or no, which if you use simple logic, having 2/3 of the time being a binary decision, that means the other third of the time has to be, cannot not be one of those two. It's at the end of it, it is. I'll tell you right now, it's what you believe. Katie, saw you in the chats the other day. Able to drink urine. Yeah, if you're diabetic, yes, drinking urine, absolutely. Go do your research. Like really do your research. And if you're diabetic, intermittent fasting, learning how to do that, regulate it, take the stress out of your body, hydrate it, and get it on stress. And don't do intermittent fasting unless you do those things. Hey, Katie,
Hello.
are you running to a quiet office?
Yes.
Where do you work?
It's a landmark engineering,
Oh, it's an engineer. What do you do again?
a civil engineer.
Civil engineer. Yes. I told you, first of all, that's very uncivil of you. I told you what the etymology of engineer means, right?
There we go.
I told you about the etymology of the name engineer.
Yeah, yes, you did.
Yeah. It's designer of weapons and containment systems.
Right. Right.
So you build the roads, you build the sewers, you build the structures of how a society works. So and you do it uncivilly too.
Right. I'm actually going to walk again. It's pretty windy out here.
Yeah. So what is it that you've been dealing with here lately? I noticed that there's some stuff going on. I saw it in the chats. I can't remember what it was. So.
Yeah, it was about the fluoride. Me and my husband are having a discussion about, he still thinks we need some fluoride. And I'm like, we're taking it out all of our water. Why would we need any? It's not good for you. And so I was trying to find some info on
Okay.
like how to prove it to him. He's like,
good.
you'll need it. And I'm like, no, they don't.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a good point. What we did is we switched over all of our stuff in our chats to a new platform, and we lost some of our information. So I had a whole, and I'm going to rewrite it. If you have any of the references on fluoride being a cytotoxin, a neurotoxin, and any of the studies, can you send it in? I do know that the only study that I ever conducted on fluoride, the one that they used to get it approved, was done on children that didn't have teeth. I do know that yet. And but that was the one that they used to get it passed by the FDA. But we're going to rebuild that page for you. Because I went to send it to you and I realized that we didn't have it anymore.
Oh, okay.
So we will rebuild it. But it's it's like saying it's like if it's toxic, I'm going to take it out of my water. Then why would I want to put it in my mouth? I mean, the idea is the belief system. There's a belief system that this is different than the rest of my body. But as soon as
Mm-hmm.
it touches my lips, I absorb it. There's a fluoride video which was really funny. The guy a chlorine video. He takes 2 glasses of water. You ever seen that? And he puts the chlorine drops in one, so it goes all yellow. He puts his hand in the other, puts the chlorine drops in. He takes his hand out and then puts the chlorine drops in, and there's no chlorine left in the water, meaning that he absorbed it all through his hands right away.
Right.
I'll get that. Let's see here.
I was like, I'm going to message Gary and see if he's got something to help me with this. But, and then,
Yeah.
but the 28 day finished yesterday in 28 days instead of 6 months, and it was great and loved the new format. Um, uh,
How
I
do you
really
feel
like
now?
how,
Because you did the
yeah,
first one over a longer period of time. Part two, we got cut off there. We are coming back at you. It looks like our internet went down. Our internet is now back up. Welcome, welcome. As you come back in here, so it knows what's going on, can you do me a favor and can you hit that button, forward it off to a couple people. Also put some comments in here right away. If you can put hello, 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 just so that it lets people know that we're back on. Sorry, everybody, we are internet out. So send this, forward it off to a friend, and put something in the comments, please. Tell me how you're feeling today. Put that in the comments, and then that way it'll tell everybody that we're back online here. Let's see here. That was weird. Smash that button. Yeah, that one right there. Hit it. Yes, give me a bunch of likes. We'll bring everybody back here. Whoa, that was super weird. Okay, so feeling very emotional and drained. Feeling good today. Uh, that's wild. The live dropped. Yeah, creative day for me. Argumentative this weekend? Whoa, okay, sure. I could see that. There was lots of stuff coming out. Everything went blurry the minute she came on. Katie, I'm trying to bring you back on. Anyways, if I don't get you back on, Katie, we'll get that article out for you. Um, yeah, yeah, weird stuff has been happening. It's just the beginning of weird stuff. It's been going on for a while. Varicose veins quite often tend to go away. This weekend was a dark space, a bit tired. Guys, let's all sync up together, okay? What we're gonna do is as you're coming in here, let's all sync up together. Let's get all this energy out. There's a lot of energy. So take your right foot. You can do this sitting down if you want to. And just put your right foot over, sitting down across your ankles. Right arm underneath left armpit, left arm on top. Head to left, body to right. We're gonna take 6 breaths together as a group to clear all of our energy. 3 through the mouth and 3 through the nose. So 3, 2, 1, breathe in. 2, 3, Through the nose. 2, 3. Okay. How you guys feeling? Woo. You guys all do that with me? Wow, what a ride. What was going on there? Uh, menstrual problems. Usually with menstrual problems, do the lower reset. The barefoot sprinter routine number 2, get yourself with minerals at the Power Crook 30 if you can get it, but diatomaceous with Irish sea moss. It's usually because of compression and stress release, stress hormones, which dysregulate your hormones. 28 day was great. Hi, Irene. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing with us. I woke up with pain in one of my toes, right side. Which one of your toes? That's the important thing. Amanda, skin rash for 3 months, and I would love to talk. Skin rash for 3 months. Hi, Amanda.
Hey Gary, how are you?
Good. So, Amanda, when's your birthday?
Today.
No, really?
Yeah, I wrote down a couple weeks ago when I was watching one of the lives, and I said, what are the things that I desire for my birthday? I said, I want to talk to Gary on my birthday.
So, do you know your degree of Aquarius?
I actually wrote it down last week so that when I talk to you, you're going to ask. So it's 23.
20. Oh, so it is. It's today. So you're a Gemini Aquarius. Do you have, by the way, do you have long fingers? Yeah,
I mean,
you got long fingers too. Yeah. Yeah, it's your Gemini side speaking.
okay. I'm not sure what the finger thing means, but sure.
Well,
Yeah.
for you, you're at 23 degrees. So 23 is you're like super smart, first of all. And you're always thinking, because Geminis are in their, Aquarius is you're in your head already, but then you got the 23 degree, which really puts you in your head. So it means you're always thinking about both sides of everything, always processing. You probably already had a couple lives or a couple careers already of some sort.
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Where do you
Yeah.
live?
And then I'm in New Jersey right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And out
And
of curiosity, what is your profession? What do you
I
do?
I've been a healer my whole life. And so from when I was 14, I just knew that was my purpose in life, is to make a physical impact by, creating joy in someone else's life. So I became an EMT and then occupational therapist and yoga instructor, and now learning how can I incorporate what you're doing to help the greater good.
That's awesome. I mean, I like the way that you did it too, because you've got a broad spectrum of movement, Western medicine, emergency medicine. Yeah, these are all things. The occupational therapy. These are all components of it. So you're learning a little bit of everything. Out of curiosity, do you have your whole chart there?
I do.
Oh, okay. So what's your moon?
Is a Leo.
Okay, and what degree?
12.
Okay, so Sagittarius, Leo. So for you, it's all about belief in the heart. You got to believe it. And your heart goes through extremities and learning lessons. It's about learning to feel, it's about learning to love, feel, and believe in your heart. That's your journey. So, what's your Saturn?
Sagittarius 19.
Oh, that's the connection. So, your karma is in Taurus, Sagittarius, master level. So your karma is kind of me.
I'm only laughing because so many people have said different things to me at different points in my life. And because I didn't feel like I was at a mastery level yet, I just have played best supporting actress for a really long time.
Yeah.
And supported other people, and I feel really good. I get a lot out of it. I just I don't know why. I just have nervousness around taking that center stage to be able to help more people.
Well, that's what you're doing right here, right now. That's actually why you're doing this today. It's because your Aquarius manifest, make it all happen. Your Gemini brain, set out a manifestation, which you just got. You want to talk to me on this day. And again, I got hundreds of people. I just randomly. So, and when the power went off, where I lost my signal and I came back, you happened to be at the top of the list, and so that was kind of neat. So, what is your Chiron?
Which one is that?
It's down towards the bottom.
Would it be not Lilith or End node?
It'd be above that. Chiron, Chiron. Chiron looks like.
I don't know why I don't see it on here. I can pull it up on my computer.
What's your Lilith?
My Lilith is Cancer 9.
Oh, so Lilith is where you get touched is about taking action around caregiving and
Yeah.
family. Yeah. So that's why you are so, like, for you it's an obsession to learn how to become a caregiver.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
learning never stops.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think as an Aquarius, the best learning to be a caregiver is to care for yourself. Because Aquariuses are always helping everybody else. And it's really common for Aquariuses not to take care of their own body. Now I'm not saying you're not, but that is a common thing.
Yeah, life kind of blew up last April. And so relationship out of long-term one, moved, career, everything changed. And so I really had a beautiful opportunity of saying, how can I help more people? And when I was doing that, I stopped taking care of myself. So now releasing about 25 pounds and kept it off. And I just know that the journey is through and
Yeah.
not avoiding things.
Yeah.
And the other day when you talked about the scoliosis model, because I didn't know that I had scoliosis, and they took x-rays of me about 2 years ago. And I said, whose back is that? They said, that's yours. I go, that's not my back. And instantly I just said, they said, oh, you could do braces, you could do this. I go, no, you don't understand. In 3 years' time, it's going to be not existent on the scans. It's not going to be there. And
Yeah.
I got into the Dr. Joe meditation work, and that definitely has helped. And then learning more about what you guys do is amazing. But the
Yeah.
question that I have for you is, thought and belief have such a deep linkage to each other. So how do you go about really implanting and embodying that new belief that when you're improving the physical body, that this is really connected with it? Because right now, for me, it feels detached.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of things around that. The first one is and this is where I differ from Job and other people, because I grew up on that kind of work and Lipton's and Braden's and everybody like that, and I'm like, if it was all working, society would all be okay. So there's something that we're not. It's getting us to a point, but there has to be some way to stand on top of it. It's the construction of what the human is. Like, who are we? Like you said, thoughts and beliefs are inextricably linked, and they are. But it's what is thought. Okay, you believe you have a field of energy around you, right? Okay, so let's step up a little bit and say, what is a human being? What's the human experience? So the human experience, there's a ball of energy, and at the center of it which there's a dense part that we identify with as the human experience. And we go, I own this aura or this energy around me. But fundamentally, that's just not even scientifically true. That energy is a higher state of awareness than we are, and we're the lowest frequency of that. So we don't have an aura. An aura has a stubby human that doesn't listen all the time. It's like a big toe that keeps getting tripped on shit. And so then the question is, we get this inspiration, this knowing, like we have these psychic intuitions, we have these knowings that people are feeling a certain way, but that can't come through a brain. And the brain can only process from what it has, so it has to come from somewhere. So it comes from our field. So that means that all of the intelligence is in our field, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what we do is, like, when you have a computer and you go to a web page and the web page isn't working, like ours wasn't this morning, it has a little clock that comes up and it goes tick 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 tick, like it's and it goes at thinking, right? Right, because and that's defining that there's something wrong with the web page. I'm using extra input to try and process the information so I can rebuild the picture for you. Well, computers are built after us. So when we are thinking, it's that information already exists in our field, the answer.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're thinking is the definition of how long does it take for us to bring it from our field into our state of awareness, process it and present an image, and then accept that image and implement it. So thinking is not a state, it doesn't tell us how good we are at this game of being human. It shows us how lethargic, or I'll exaggerate, how stupid we actually are.
Yes.
So thinking, but what triggers a thought is a stimulation, then a belief about it. Is that good or bad, or do I know it? Is it something I've felt before? Then it goes through a narrative, like, okay, is this something I've dealt with before? Do I have this and that? Because the stimulation creates the feeling. So before I can think, I have to have a feeling. Like, oh, what is that? What was desire? What do I desire? I desire to have, I'm thirsty. So I have to have the stimulation, which creates an emotional response, emotion, energy, emotion. So now it goes to the brain. The brain goes, oh, do I know what that is? And then it goes, okay, yeah, I remember that. It's I'm thirsty. And then it goes, what's my narrative? Okay, I'm thirsty for soda. So then the body coordinates, the brain gets going, it starts moving towards the goal. And this is why the thought and belief get intermixed, because that thought has to go through a belief system. Do I believe my thought? Because if I don't believe my thought, I'm not going to take action. No, I'm not really thirsty. That's all a bunch of shit. And if I don't have an emotion of desire, I'm still not going to take action on the thought. So, and the reason why I'm going through this is because your Gemini brain and your Aries your Aquarius want to know. You want to know the science of it. So in other words, what you're struggling with, or what you're moving through, or not struggling, that's the wrong word. What you're moving through is a paradigm in which you're told how the body works and how we move and what makes what happen. And when I do take an action, so if I have a belief, I can actually get a confirmation in this world, and it goes, okay, that I had a belief, and then I validated it with some sort of evidence. So that allows me to raise my belief. So then I can validate it. And then I can raise it and validate it, raise it and validate it. And then eventually, I no longer need a belief because I just have faith.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're doing is you're in the stage of validating beliefs to raise your consciousness, so that you're going to move to the part where you have faith. You're somewhere between belief and faith. And it's funny, I had somebody said to me, because I talked about having faith, and he goes, when you don't need any evidence. So he goes, oh, you mean blind faith? And I'm like, well, the only person who will call it blind faith is a person that doesn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I have it can't be, there's no descriptor of it. It's not blind, it's not narrow, it's not sharp, it's faith. Faith is faith. It requires no evidence.
Yeah.
But what happens in a lot of programs like Napoleon Hill or even Joe Dispenza and stuff like that is that the belief also comes in my body's ability. Like one of them is serotonin. So if I don't have serotonin, which is highly affected by your Gemini and your Aquarius, so your small intestine, if you were to have you ever done psychedelics like psilocybin?
Yep.
Okay, so you do psilocybin, it's like, whoa, I see all the connections. Now I believe. So so my body and the condition of my body reinforces the belief mechanism. Because if I see all the connections, that's the belief. The lack of belief is not seeing the connections, because there is a way, like you said, there's a way to get from here to there. So if I'm not seeing it, there's a lack of belief. So my experience is that I just took my body out of stress every day, gave it the minerals, got through the fascial maneuvers allowed me to do this. And this is why, we have all of these consciousness programs, but they're all through the brain. And the problem is that if this part of my brain down here, which is connected to this part, if it ain't doing the right thing, I can't make the connections. So it's hard for me to raise my belief. So my journey, because I struggle with the same thing. It's like I set these manifestations or these goals, and sometimes I hit them, sometimes I didn't. But as a Sagittarius, I didn't hit as many as I set. I had more that I didn't hit than I did hit. So then I set a goal, and then my belief kicks in. It's like, well, yeah, but you set that goal before. You've done this 15 times before. It never worked out before. Why is it going to work this time? You know what I'm talking about, right?
100%. Yeah.
So my answer was this. It's threefold. Number one is I have to get my body out of the way. So the minerals are the best way to do that. The diatomaceous earth, Irish moss, it doesn't matter what people are doing and what form of human existence we are deficient as a species right now. Once those get going, the maneuvers allow me to get more movement because I need my body to compute. This is my computer. That's what you're learning through us. This is my processor, but this is my computer. So if my computer is messed up, my processor gets the wrong information. Like the stuff on my display screen, my web page come up wrong. So so it's by getting the minerals in the body and getting the body moving and getting the body out of stress, I build the serotonin. Now I have a level of belief which is constant. I don't need psilocybin to do it. And once I do that, then I start to have faith that there are answers for everything. As I have the faith that there's answers for everything, I slowly start getting more and more evidence to confirm mine. And that's what I did, because I was in the same hole you were in. Like, some things worked, some things didn't. I gained a bunch of weight when I started this thing. I believed in this thing called fascia. I stopped working out. I said it's wrong. And I went from like 215 muscular to like 250 and fat. And I had people calling me fat online. So sounds like you're on the same journey.
I appreciate it. And can I share a couple things of reflection
Yeah, please.
from
Yes.
what you said? So, one of them is this inner child inside of me that wants an instant, right? That wants to know the answer now. And because very fast, sometimes, one of my geniuses, I can take a very complex thing, break it down in milliseconds and explain it to someone like they're 5 years old. And it's, I thought everybody thinks like this. I thought everybody
Right, yeah.
compute fast and solve problems fast. And, you tell me, okay, hey, Amanda, we want to reach and impact 1 billion lives in this amount of time. How do we do it? And it's like I'm in the Hogwarts library of Harry Potter and all these different potions come in and I have the system. And I just thought everybody operates like that until I realized they don't. And so idea and premise of clearing out the mind and getting quiet to hear things. I've obviously experimented with plant medicine before, and I just came off of a 4-day fast, water fast. And I
Yeah,
get,
you're going right now.
I mean, I completed it early yesterday morning, and the downloads don't usually happen during the fast. It happens after. And I need like a recorder to get all of the information out, because if I don't get it out in that moment, then it's gone until someone triggers something else. And so I'm curious for you with the different fascial techniques. And I'm a big into biohacking. I have the beautiful opportunity of waking up from the matrix, as I call it, about 6 or 7 years ago, unlearned a ton of Western medicine, got into just being more of a free thinker. And do you do any stacking? Like, I use the vibration plate, I do infrared, saunas, cold plunge, all that stuff. But to me, that's very 3D. And
Yeah.
I like what you're saying with, helping out the mind first. And some people that are not ready, I think, to take that journey to improve the mind, sometimes we need those 3D elements like fascial techniques to help them start their journey, for them to then be able to bridge that gap, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I did. I used every piece of technology you can imagine. And the whole
Yeah.
part about technology is supposed to assist me until I don't need it.
Yeah.
Because there is no technology that a human can create that's greater than the human itself. So what I found is, and in my own journey, is that the technologies had a benefit, got me to a state of awareness, and I was so used to them getting me there, I kept doing them out of habit. But they started the law of diminishing returns. They started very quickly going away. So, but I always did this to get this way. So today I use nothing. Here's my technology. I don't even use shoes. Like I was joking that I wear shoes probably on an average less than 5 hours a month.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've noticed now is that, and I fast and I do the fascial maneuvers, because the mind, or the brain, all it is a dashboard for the body. And same like you, I would download and I would talk into it, and then I would decipher it later. So I would talk into it and say everything, and then listen back to it when I'm basically sober, when I'm sitting down and grounded. And then I would write. That's how I wrote all the stuff about fascial maneuvers. The technologies you're using, you're going to get to a point, if you're not there already, which I feel like you probably are, that they're going to be a diminishing return. And also, you're a master level Aquarius, and you're a Gemini, you're a thinker. So it's really getting the motion back in here. So your serotonin, because that only reason why, with all of your Aquarius and your Gemini, the only reason why you don't know the answer for anything that's true is because there's something blocking you from getting it from your field. That's all
And
it is.
that's the belief. I mean, I know exactly what it is. It's just the belief in myself. It's the piece of clearance of self-forgiveness and deserving. And once that's
Okay, so
something I've been working on.
that's all unnatural. Those tendencies you said are programmed into you, but they're held unnaturally. They're held in our tissue, because our brain isn't the smart part. 100 billion nerve endings. Our fascia is 100 trillion. So that means that the memories and the emotions that are driving that are still stored in the physical attributes of the body. That's why I personally feel, and my experience is that consciousness is achieved through the body, not through the brain. And until what I'm doing today, and I've done every program I can imagine. I imagine there's some out there, but this got me to where I was. It's very duplicatable. It's easy. It doesn't require me going to live on a mountain somewhere. It just requires me to get up and take care of myself in this way every day. And you see me work with people online. Like I can feel everything's going on in their body, and I can adjust and affect them, which looks like kind of like Jesus stuff for all you Christians out there, because I'm just tapping into the field. It's innate. You have it. I have it. We all have it. I'm going to be sharing. I've decided because I've resisted writing down my true beliefs until, because I didn't want to talk about the performance side of the body and my experience until I was performing. I didn't want to guess. I wanted to be there. And now I crossed a barrier. I don't like you. If you watch all the time, even my physical face is changing daily. I don't even know. It's at a point where I stopped measuring the change because it's just happening constantly. So I'm going to start sharing my belief systems and how I got here over 12 months with people. And I'm going to starting this in April, because I feel it's time for the yous of the world, people like you, who highly intellectual, highly processed, who still are stuck with certain parts of it, like the body, the belief systems. Interesting thing, when I fasted for 44 days and I went back, and after 28 days, now I understand why, but I went back to look at food and say, I want that food. Like, I know that my brain knows I like it, but I have no memory of the food. I don't remember how it tastes because I realized that taste was a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And what we've done is we've been trained and toxed and chemically and abused out of the knowing what the feeling is anymore. So we can't connect. What you're saying is I can't connect this with this.
And it's come a very long way. Thank you for sharing. And I mean, my biggest question for you is, if you had a magic wand and you could say, Amanda, there's anything that can get done like that, what can I do to support you? How can I contribute more to what you're doing? I mean, is it come down to Mexico and support you? Because I'll get on a flight tomorrow. So and it gave me a thumbs up.
Thumbs up. I guess that you're going to Mexico. Get on a plane.
I mean,
So
I'm serious.
here's the path. We're going to clear this up, but here's the path to do that, because the prerequisite is common language and beliefs. So 28-day reset lifestyle artist program, level 1, and then level 2, there's a volunteer program, which gets you ready for the journey, because that's how we communicate. It's all the tools, all the systems that we use. That's number 1. And then number 2 is the questions that you're asking about yourself. You become an expert not when you learn more knowledge, when you experience what we're talking about. So it's getting the work in your body, connecting it again, which we're going to do right now for you. Because I know that you're a brainiac, and I know that you're supposed to figure this out, and I know that you're going to do this for the world and the community. Your astrology, what I've already heard, it tells me that. So that's your path. We're going to make it more clear here shortly. And then we'll see you in a couple months. You just go to school a little bit. You're good at that. Work your way through it.
Yeah.
So let's bring your heart and your head back together. Okay?
Can I just quickly just say thank you?
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you. I mean, it brings emotions up of just like God brought me to Human Garage randomly. I don't even know how I got connected, and I've shared this with hundreds of clients at this point, and they're giving me testimonials of how much it's helped them. And I just really, even just, if you never did anything else, we just cut the call right now. I'm just grateful. And I hope that there's or not hope, because we don't do hope. I know that there's moments when it's quiet to really just realize how much that you're creating this legacy for millions and millions around the world. And I just want to pause and just really just say thank you.
I appreciate that, and I accept that.
Yeah.
It's a journey, and I'm looking forward to going on the journey with you. It's not a place to
me
be,
too,
but that's the way it works. It's like as you figure your way through the puzzle, you become the most valuable asset to the ones around you.
Yeah.
Let's bring
And
your
they
heart and
start
head together.
listening. It's crazy. Okay.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you
And by
so
the way, this is an important year because this is your 23 degree and you're in the same year because it's not always the same. So it's a powerful year for you.
Here's to hoping.
Okay. Breathe in through your mouth. 2, 3. Thank you, heart,
Thank you, heart,
for having the desire to push me
for having the desire to push me
to learn more about myself
to learn more about myself
and care for others.
and care for others.
Breathe in through your nose. 2, 3. Thank you, brain,
Thank you, brain,
for collecting all the insight that I needed
for collecting all the insight that I needed
to fulfill my heart's desires.
to fulfill my heart's desires.
Breathe in again through your mouth. 2, 3. Through the nose. 2, 3. I'm bringing my heart and brain together
I'm bringing my heart and brain together
to take care of myself
to take care of myself
and show others the ways,
and show others the way
to take care of themselves.
to take care of themselves.
Okay. You're a very powerful Aquarius. Your time is coming, and I know you're starting to feel that interdimensional tingle since the weekend.
Yeah, I just got like overheated when we did that. Yeah.
Thank you for all that you do, all the learning you have, all the questions you have. You're getting these questions and you're answering themselves right now because other people need the answers in their brain so that they can satiate what they feel. And you're living it. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being a light. Thank you for honoring me with your time and with everyone else's. And I just, yeah.
We'll see you soon. Look forward to getting to know you in person.
For sure. Thanks, Garry. Have an amazing, amazing, outstanding day.
Bye, Amanda.
Bye.
Okay, guys, if you haven't done it yet, we have this tonight in New York coming up. It's sold out, so make sure you get next week's tickets. So New York, if you haven't done it yet, we have a class in New York tonight. Go to our website, go to our event section, check it out. If you haven't also done it yet, go to our YouTube. Please go to our YouTube right now. Like, don't even wait any minute. Go there and subscribe and notify as we're going to be putting tons of content up there. Thank you, everybody who shared today. Super powerful day of sharing. I feel the charge. And we go to tomorrow, which is 24 degrees. Tomorrow, we are going to have stuff turn around. And it's going to be big. And we have Chris Witecki coming up here in an hour and 45 minutes. And we're going to be doing Astro Monday. And with Astro Monday, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about what happened last week, why this weekend was so impactful and our turning point, and what's going to happen until next Monday. So don't miss that if you have the chance to do that. And we will see each and every one of you guys by tomorrow, or some of you guys on the live later on today. Take care. Have a great day.
you.